All right, Clive, let's start doing a warm-up for our exercise routine today. So the first one we'll do is doing some shoulder rolls, if that's okay. So we're just going to roll the shoulders back as best as you can. Now, if both shoulders are rolling, brilliant. If you've only got the use of one that's doing the roll, that's absolutely fine too. Lovely. Feeling okay there, Clive?
Yes.
Excellent. We do that for about 30 seconds. Now, if you wanted to roll the other way, just to break it up a bit and loosen up bones and muscles in a different direction, feel free to do that too. Excellent. Feeling okay?
Yep.
All right, and shake it out a bit. Excellent. So the next one for the warm-up we're going to do is we're just going to punch forward and up. Okay. Now, if you've got the use of both arms, you could do that. And if you've only got the use of one arm, by all means, doing it with one arm is perfect. How does that feel?
Yeah, that feels good.
Excellent. Now, the warm-up is important because it gets you set up for your exercise routine. So it's always really important to do a warm-up and a cool-down. Excellent. Nicely done, Clive. Feeling okay there?
I am, yep.
Lovely. Excellent. All right, so the next one we might do is marching on the spot. Did you want to do that in sitting or would you prefer to do that in standing?
Standing.
In standing. All right, let's do that. So Clive will do that in standing and I can demonstrate how it looks in sitting if that's easier for you. All right, Clive, let's go. Just up and down. So again, you can either do it in sitting like I'm doing, you can do it in standing like Clive is doing, and if you're only able to do the one leg, that's okay. You can stand either on your affected side and do the marching, or if you prefer to stand on your unaffected side and do the marching with your affected legs. So whatever works for you. Excellent. How does that feel, Clive?
Yeah, that feels okay.
Terrific. You're doing a wonderful job. Lovely. All right. And another warm-up exercise we're going to do, Clive, is tapping forward and backwards. So what we're going to do is your left leg will tap forward and back, and forward and back. That's it. Now again, you can either do this in standing or in sitting. The idea is to warm your body up for the exercise routine. Terrific. Feeling okay there, Clive?
Yep.
Excellent. Good job. All right, I think that's probably enough and I think you're ready to start your exercise routine.
Okay.
Terrific. Excellent, Clive. So the next exercise we're going to do is the lunge. So what we're going to start with is position your feet, and I'll just do the side on view and you do it as you are, please. So you position your feet wide apart, having your affected side in front of you, if that's okay. So bring your right foot forward, lovely. And what we're going to do is bend down with the back leg and up. So we're going to do that for a total of 30 seconds. Lovely. How does that feel?
Yes, that's good.
Excellent.
Feel a good calf stretch.
Excellent. Now this is the more intense exercise. The faster you do it, the more your heart rate increases, but also acknowledging that it's actually a hard exercise to do. Lovely. You're doing a really good job there, Clive. Excellent. Okay, so that's good, 30 seconds done. So the less intense version is marching on the spot.
Yep.
Now again, the purpose is to increase the heart rate. So the faster the better, but do it at a pace that's comfortable for you. Similar to the warm-up, if you've got only the use of one leg, you can march with just that one leg as I'm demonstrating here. Now Clive is holding onto the bench because it's not a balance exercise, so I'm quite happy for him to do that. and that allows him to focus on the technique. Well done, Clive. Feeling okay?
Yes.
Is the heart rate coming up a bit?
Yes.
Terrific. Now just do it at your pace, keeping in mind we'll be doing this for 5 minutes. So when you're ready, we'll stop that one and we'll move back into the lunge. That's lovely. And going down and up. Now you might start the exercise feeling like you can do it a bit faster, and that's great. But as you keep going, your pace may reduce, and that's perfectly okay too. You're doing really well there, Clive. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feel good.
Excellent. And we'll stop that one now and we'll go into the marching. Now, as I said before, at your own pace. Well done, Clive. You're doing an excellent job. Feel like it's getting your heart rate up a little bit?
Yeah.
Terrific. Bit breathless is good. So what we're looking for is breathless enough that you feel like you're working, but not breathless where you can't have a conversation. That's probably too much. All right, Clive, moving back to the lunge. You still able to keep going with that one?
Yep.
Terrific. Lovely. This one will help build some strength around the legs as well, which is an added bonus. And Clive tells me he gets a good calf stretch from that, so that's another bonus, which is great. Terrific, good job there, Clive. Lovely, and going back into the marching. You're doing an excellent job, Clive. Feeling okay?
Yes.
Keep going there, Clive. Well done. All right, now that's enough for that one. So we're moving into the lunge again. So if you're feeling like that's too much for you, you can reduce the length of time you spend doing the harder exercise towards the end of the routine. You could do maybe 20 seconds of the more intense one and 40 seconds of the less intense one. The important thing is to keep going for 5 minutes if you can. And as you get fitter, you will be able to go longer in the more intense exercise, and you won't need to do the less intense exercise for quite so long. Lovely, Clive. Getting back into the march now. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Tired? Can you keep going for a little bit more?
Yes.
You're doing an excellent job. Is it getting you a little bit breathless as well?
Yeah.
Terrific. Got only one more set to go after that one, and that will be 5 minutes done. You're doing an excellent job. Well done, Clive. All right, we're going to do the last lunge set now, Clive. So just get yourself into position and as best as you can, up and down lunging. Lovely, you're doing a really good job. And if doing exercises in standing is a challenge for you, it's absolutely fine to adapt and do it in sitting. So you may choose to do a sit to stand from a chair instead of a lunge, and you may choose to do the marching in the seated position if that's easier for you. You're doing an excellent job there, Clive. You can now move on to the last marching component. Off you go, well done. And as mentioned earlier, if doing it with both legs gets tiring towards the end of the set, you may choose to just do it with the one leg that's easiest for you. as long as we remember that the focus is to try and increase the heart rate. How you achieve it doesn't really matter. Well done, Clive. That is your set complete. Terrific, good job. All right, Clive, so the next exercise you're going to do is taking that weight that you've got on the bench, and the fast one will be up in the air and down. So excellent, let's go. 30 seconds have started now. Lovely. Now, the faster you do it, the higher your heart rate goes. It's up to you to set the pace. You may start going a bit faster because you're feeling nice and strong, and that may slow down over the course of 5 minutes, and that's absolutely fine. So Clive is holding a 2 kilo weight because that's what he prefers to use. You may choose to start with something lighter. How are you feeling there, Clive?
Yeah, good.
Excellent. Now, that's your 30 seconds done of the fast one. So the next one's just going to be bringing the arm up like that. Perfect. Excellent work there, Clive. Now, if that's too hard for you, you may choose to do just a bicep curl, so bending the elbow rather than bringing the whole arm up in front of you. This exercise is suitable for Clive, but again, just keeping in mind that it's all about increasing the heart rate and whatever it takes for you to get to the point where you're exercising to a moderate intensity. Excellent, Clive. So let's go to the second set of the higher one, or the more intense one. Terrific, you're doing an excellent job. How are you feeling?
My arm's getting a bit tired.
Yeah, now would you like, you can either slow down or we can change the weight around to something lighter. Would you like that?
No, it's okay.
You okay? Excellent. Well done. Now slow it down and pop down to the easier one. You okay?
Yes.
Excellent. And you may choose to start with a higher weight in the set, and then you may drop down to a lower weight as you're going through the exercise routine. Well done, Clive. You're doing really well. Excellent. All right, let's go for the third set up in the air, just as you're comfortable, Clive. If that's getting too heavy, you can pop the weight down and just do it without, because remembering it's not a strength exercise, it's an exercise to increase the heart rate. That's it. Terrific. How are you feeling?
My heart rate's going up.
Excellent. You can still talk to me, so I'm happy.
Okay.
You feeling okay to keep going?
Yes.
Terrific. All right, so that's 30 seconds of that one done. Just shake it out if you need. And then up and down. You're doing really well there, Clive. Feeling okay?
Yes.
Lovely. So you can use any equipment for the weight that you may have at home. Could be a drink bottle. You can start with the drink bottle not filled up, fill it up halfway, and then a full drink bottle will give you the appropriate weight for what works for you. All right, Clive, fourth set up in the air, let's go. You're doing an excellent job. Heart rate's coming up?
Yes.
Excellent. I've seen people do this with canned tomatoes, or could be lemons, could be onions, whatever you like. Terrific. All right, let's go to the less intense one. You feeling okay?
Yep.
That arm's getting a good workout. Great job there, Clive. Well done. All right, and let's go through to the last set of up in the air and down. Terrific. Doing a great job there, Clive. That's the last set of the more intense one, and let's just head straight into that last set of the arm up in front. Terrific. Feeling okay, Clive?
Yes.
You've got your thinking face on. Well done.
Concentration.
Terrific. How's that heart rate going?
Yes, it's going up.
Excellent. All right, and that is that exercise complete. Well done. All right, Clive, so the last exercise we're going to do is going up and down the stairs. So off you go. You may hold on. Please do hold on. It's not a balance exercise. It's about increasing your heart rate. So for 30 seconds, you're going to be going up and down the stairs. That's it. You're doing really well. And Clive has a brilliant setup where there's a rail on both sides, so he can do that nice and easy without compromising his safety. Terrific. So now, Clive, staying there, what I might get you to do is the low intensity one is tapping up and down with your left leg in a sideways position. Now you can do it forward, facing forward towards the stairs, or sideways, whichever is easiest for you, depending on your setup and where you're comfortable. How does that feel, Clive?
That feels good.
Excellent. All right, so we do that for 30 seconds as well, and again, you can do it faster or slower, depending on what works for you. Remembering that it's about increasing the heart rate, not so much about what the leg is doing. All right, and we're going up and down the stairs again, Clive. That's it. Just nice and safe. Safety is always the most important thing. That's it. Now you may choose to do just one step if that's all you have at home, or you may have a whole flight that you wish to go up and down on, and you can do that too. That's it, Clive, you're doing really well. Once you come down after that set, we'll be doing the tapping again. You okay?
Yep.
That's it. How's your heart rate feeling with this exercise?
It's going up a little bit.
Excellent. This is the second set. You're doing really well. Good job, Clive. All right, so after that, perhaps heading back up again. You okay? So with this exercise, I probably wouldn't be pushing the speed. Predominantly keeping safe is the most important. Now Clive is stepping with one leg on one step and then with the other leg on the next step. You may choose to step two on the same step. You can do that if that's easier and safer for you. Okay, one more. And then we'll be doing the tapping. How are you feeling there, Clive?
Puffing.
Excellent. All right, some tapping there now. So as you can see, this exercise gets the heart rate up without being particularly fast because it actually is quite hard to do. Doing really well there, Clive. Excellent. All right, when you're ready, we're going up again. Just take it nice and easy. We know it's hard work. That's it, Clive, well done. All right, one more after this one and then... You okay, Clive?
I am.
Excellent. Lovely, and we'll do the tapping again. That's it. Good job, Clive. Feeling a little bit puffed?
Yes.
Excellent. And you may have a setup where you can do this inside the house or perhaps outside the house. You can see here Clive's doing it on the porch. You may have some front steps, or you may even choose to do it in the park, wherever is safe and convenient for you. Excellent work there, Clive. Last set of going up the steps. You okay?
Yes.
Just
My
nice
legs are getting heavy.
Yeah, nice and slow for that last set, okay. Maybe just one more, and then we'll finish off with some gentle tapping. That's it, lovely. And we'll finish off with tapping here. So as you can see, Clive said his legs are getting heavy, which is appropriate after doing it for 4.5 minutes. So we did a little bit less on the higher intensity one, and we'll do a little bit more on the lower intensity one. Really important to listen to your body and adjust as needed. How are you feeling there, Clive?
Yep, I'm okay.
Excellent. Bit puffy?
Yes.
Excellent. And that's a wrap. Well done, Clive. Good job. Excellent, Clive. Well done for completing your exercise routine. So the last thing we need to do is just to cool down to try and bring everything back to normal, I suppose. So the first thing we're going to do is just some deep breathing. So nice in through your nose and out through your mouth. Maybe one more. Lovely, and you can do, between 5 and 10, whatever you're comfortable with. So the next one to cool down is just to get the chest turned from side to side a little bit. So turning to your left, lovely, and to your right. Now if you can, as Clive has done, if you can grab both arms up in the air like he's got, that's great. If the other arm wants to just lie down on your lap and you continue to do your trunk twists, that's fine too. Nice. Is that stretching things out a little bit for you, Clive?
Yeah, I can hear things creaking.
Excellent. Terrific. And the cool down should be done for about 5 minutes after your workout. So the next one we're going to do is gentle marching on the spot. So this is not about speed, this is just about getting the body back to normal from your exercise routine. So Clive, would you like to do that in sitting?
Yeah, no, in standing.
Okay, so Clive will do it in standing, but you can also do it in sitting. So just gently up and down. You may choose to do it with one leg, or you may choose to do it with both, whatever is possible and easier for you. So this is just nice and gentle, not about speed anymore, not about increasing the heart rate. It's now settling everything back to normal. That's it. Well done, Clive. Does that feel okay for you?
Yes.
Excellent. Good job there, Clive. All right, and the last one for the cool down, Clive, we might do the calf stretch. So perhaps let's start with your left. So bringing your left leg back. So keeping the heel down and holding that stretch. When you first start for about 10 or 15 seconds, but you can work your way up to a minute or two even, just to give yourself a nice long stretch in that calf. You're doing really well. How does that feel?
I can feel the stretch.
Terrific. And the stretch is felt around the calf region?
Yes.
Excellent. Now Clive's doing that stretch on his non-affected or less affected side. And when you're ready, Clive, we might swap and pop your right leg back. Now it might be a bit harder for you to keep that heel down on the right, and that's okay, as long as you're feeling a stretch on the calf. How does that feel?
Yeah, I can feel it, but I'm having trouble keeping my heel on the floor.
just what you can. And you might find that this position works for you, or you could use a wedge if you have one at home. You can also use the steps that you may have in your house. As long as you know that you're trying to get a stretch at the back of your calf, and to try and hold that for somewhere between 10 seconds and 30 seconds, right up to a minute if you can. Well done, Clive, and that's the end of your workout today. Thank you.
Thank you.